Sand art is a gorgeous thing. I really like sand art. I like looking at it. I've never made one, but I find that process fascinating. And I was excited to see this. It's a drawing game. I was about to say roll and write and flip and write. It's neither of those. It's a move and write. Let me show you.
Each player is going to get a sheet, and there is a ton of sheets, although only single-sided for some reason. You also have a set of pencils. Now, I do want to talk briefly about these pencils. You'll notice, for example, that this yellow pencil is much shorter than this one. It comes with a sharpener, but you can use another sharpener. It doesn't matter. The reason why this one's much shorter than the other is, well, these have been used the same number of games. But these pencils are really terrible. They break really easily. They're just some of the worst pencils I've ever used in a game. So if I was going to keep this game, I would probably buy another set of pencils. All right, the game itself works up here on this line of cards that you're going to put out. And it will change the number of players and so on. And you have a hand that is yours and has a thumb pointing a different direction. On your turn, you can move as far as you want and pick an action. And then you'll flip your hand to the other side. And you must always go in a direction of the thumb. So if I move all the way here, I can go, if I go here, and you can see how that works. You're always going to be able to move all the way down to the end of a row. But if you only move, for example, if I'm here and I take the action here, well, this has to be my next action that I take. You also, when you go, you can go to the top or the bottom of a card, but only one person can be on each spot. And except for these end spots, where as many people can be. Some actions just give you basically helpings of sand. This would give me 3 red and 3 blue, or 5 red. And when you take those, let's say I take the 3 red and the 3 blue, I'm just going to mark these off with one line each way like that. When you use sand, you'll cross it off the other way. For example, if I went to this spot, that said I could spend as much red and blue as I want. So I spend 3 of each, and then I go to the bottom of my sheet, and now I have 3 purple. But that is a completely separate action. The main action that you'll be doing often will be these funnel actions. This is any color sand that you want, or maybe a very specific type of sand. And you're going to use your sand and fill it in the bottom. So let's say I'm using purple. I decide to use all 3 of my purples. And you'll notice at each of these spots here, well, that's not a good pencil. No, that one's broken. Anyway, you'll color in. This has a single dot, so that takes up one of my purple sections of sand. I can fill in this one too at the same time because there's no dots in it. And then let's say I fill up this one here. So there we go. I've used all 3. And I would obviously color much nicer as I did this. But sand also comes from the top to the bottom, so you have to kind of fill evenly as you're going up. The other actions you have, you can go to the 3-point layer or the 5-point layer card, which will give you one of the face-up cards that's near the board. And I can take these at the end of the game, and I can put them next to the board on any side, on either side. And if the colors match up, so if this was yellow, blue, and green, I'm going to get 5 points. I can do it multiple times, and I can use the same card for both sides if those colors match up. There's also going to be some objectives here on the board that if you form these exact shapes with those exact colors at the end of the game, you'll get points. The first person to fill their entire jar is going to get points. And then there's going to be points for having the most of each of the different colors at the end of the game. There's also a shake action, which lets you refresh the point layer cards, but also you can shake sand from the top and add it into other sections, kind of just like spreading out the sand. And then once you fill past a line here, you'll get extra bonuses. Take an extra scoop of sand. When you go to a card, when you're on a card, rather than move off the card, I can just go to the other side of the card if it's free and just flip my thumb and go take an extra action and things like that. So these all are going to give you extra bonuses. I like the extra scoops. I like being able to choose either side of the card as you move up. When someone fills up the bottle completely, that is going to end the game, and you'll add up the points, and whoever has the most is the winner.
Poor components. The pencils really do bring this down a bit for me. I would like it more with better pencils. It's really a problem. Because the thing about this game is it's about coloring. I love the concept in the middle. The thumb with the hand going back and forth. That's a really clever mechanism. It does get muddy as you get more special abilities. It's like I can move and then move again, and I can go to the top or bottom, or I can stay on the same card, and you're like, okay, you have those special abilities. And There are a few rules in the game that are a bit wonky. The shaking the glass to settle the sand is just such an unclear rule. That rule, maybe that rule's a thematic rule that you actually do that with these bottles, right? But they could have dropped that rule from this game, and I don't think it would have changed it at all. And then the fact is, you get so caught up in doing the sand that the scoring on the sides, you have to keep an eye out for that. You take this card, I need blue, yellow, blue. Okay, so I'm just making the sides that. It doesn't really matter what's in the middle except for those things at the top, and those are very exacting things. So that is combined with the idea of, hey, I like to go back and forth, and I like to pick up the sand, and I like to pour it into jars. And the board looks cool, and there's such a mix of, this is cool, this is not. I was really pumped about this when I first heard about it. I'm a little disappointed. I don't dislike the game. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10, but it feels like it could have been more. The shaking is unnecessary. The scoring, I think, could have been stronger in how it works and even how it's explained, putting those cards on the side. I feel like there could have been other things. But the main mechanisms of moving that hand back and forth and taking the actions, that's really good. So it's kind of a mixed bag here for me. That's Sand Art. Check it out.